I'd say that a year ago, if you asked me where I was going to be on a Sunday, church would probably be the last answer that you would get. Every church that we walked through the doors of, constantly being eyeballed, constantly felt like we were being judged and persecuted. I just felt really out of place, never really felt a connection with any of the churches that we visited in the past year. And then we walked into FaithWalk, and everybody smiles and everybody greets you, and the fact that Bill is able to communicate the message on a generational level that relates to old and young. You know, no matter who you are, you can listen to the words as he relates them back to the Bible and translate those to your life and really, you know, feel the message as it's being portrayed through his words and as it's being portrayed through the media that's on the stage and as it's being sung. And you know, you can see the emotional responses from some of the people as they either, you know, laugh or cry or choose to get on their knees and pray. You know, no matter what the time is, you feel comfortable enough to come in here in a pair of jeans and a polo and just be with God and be with God's people and people that love each other and people that love the Jesus that they see in each other.
What I find in a lot of the discussions around emerging worship is that the preaching, the forms of worship, rather than making things immediately accessible and easy, lift up the demands of the gospel on the front end. So you might say the church growth model of 25 years ago was sort of like, let's put out a lot of honey and catch a lot of flies, and then once we get them involved in the church, then we'll tell them what might be required to be a disciple of Jesus and hope that some of them will move into more deep forms of Christianity. So rather than trying to sweeten the edges of that by making it easy and accessible, the demands of the gospel are placed up front as a kind of challenge. And what we're finding is that for many of that generation, the younger generation, what they've missed is genuine challenge from the church. So church that doesn't require anything of them doesn't seem to be worth their time.
Here at FaithWalk, one of the things that we want to do is we do not want to apologize for our faith. We, in everything that we do, be it the music, be it the message, we are speaking the truth. We don't water things down. We don't want to sugarcoat anything. The worship leaders, those that are choosing the music, they're always very intentional about the choices that are made. We want everything to fit together, and it's kind of like how God wants things to fit together.
I think where we gain as opposed to lose is it's just the passion, the heartfelt, being very sincere, and whether it's Bill or someone else doing the lesson that day. You know, I always feel like that person is trying their dead level best to bring the message across to us, and using the electric guitars and the drums and the videos and the interactive stuff, and especially with the kids with the Tales from the Trails. I think it's very different from the traditional church. When you sit on the chair, your first thought might be, you know, this is church. But once you start listening to the message itself, you realize, this is church.
I have been attending FaithWalk since the beginning of the year. I decided to make a change. I wanted something more exciting, a younger crowd. I love to sing, and I wanted to be a part of the praise band. It's a whole new world for me. It's completely different than what I've been exposed to. I love the fact that everyone is just so nice, especially with me being a new person. Everybody gives out hugs, and I've gotten so many emails, and I just feel so welcome here. And I love the style the relaxed atmosphere, the fact that everyone's walking around drinking coffee or just hanging out. I feel like we're just kind of hanging out and, loving the Lord and learning more and trying to grow spiritually and, just like our name says, just walk, on this journey. And I really enjoy the worship experience, the sermons, the different use of the videos, the dramas, especially the music, since I'm a part of that.